This will be a debunk proving that Charlie Kirk was God's soldier. Charlie Kirk was factually the least racist, least hateful, most loving and accepting of every one person that there was. He was a champion of God, Jesus, love, passion, America, freedom, faith, and talking things through. Charlie Kirk was one of my role models, and I take a lot after him. I want to be like him, kind of, not exactly like him, but I believe in a lot of, if not most of the things that he did. All of his values I share, really, from abortion to Christianity to DEI. Charlie Kirk was one of the most loving, talk things through, bring people together person there was, left or right, black or white. He was a champion of God, Jesus, faith, love, passion, and freedom. His love for America and Americans and our values were immense, and he championed free speech like crazy. He was merely an innocent American killed for speaking truth. DEI was factually bad, dangerous, destructive, and racist. I'm doing an entire piece on DEI at large soon. I already did a small one on how DEI ruined entertainment that you can find linked. All DEI angles are very real, and we're not rooted in racism whatsoever. All are backed by hard data, and Kirk was right to stand against its evil. What he said about pilots was fact, backed by data. It was not racist. What he said about Austin's black fire chief was also hard facts, not racism. He was factually a DEI hire with lack of merit, and such led to factual issues like disparities in saving lives in floods. DEI factually threw out merit in order for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Many DEI hires lack merit and skill, and Kirk was merely pointing out what a lot of us were thinking about how his hiring based on race and not merit might prioritize optics over competence. He highlighted very real concerns about emergency response times where delays and incompetence cost lives. Kirk's critics twist his words to paint him as some racist bad guy, but he merely sparked a factual debate backed by hard data about how DEI sidelines merit. He was a fearless voice for accountability, pushing for answers when the establishment ducks responsibility. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Erica Kirk posted that hours before Kirk was shot. All they did was champion faith. Matt Walsh posted not long after his death, saying all that Charlie ever did was have conversations with people. He did not insult anyone. He made arguments. He debated. He wasn't an extremist in any way, which is a fact. Everyone who knew Charlie personally loved him. That's the kind of guy he was, and they still killed him. I am furious and heartbroken in equal measure. I cannot put into words how I feel. Maybe that's for the best. Matt Walsh said facts, and I agree with almost everything he said there. I cried for like a week, man. Charlie was a good dude. I can't believe y'all killed him. Even when insulted or yelled at by groups of unruly libs, Charlie would remain calm, civil, and even tell the crowd to give them a chance to speak. He constantly talked about ending racism, lessening it, and how we could fix it, and about how he loves all and is blinded by race. He is the least racist person I knew. He proved that he is better than anyone with a college degree, which means nothing, and he proved that constantly. He did not say what you are saying. Y'all are liars who are taking a good man out of context on purpose to benefit your agendas. Charlie was the least racist person there was, for a fact, and anyone who knew him and watched him a lot of their life could tell you that. He proved that college was a scam, wrote a whole book about it, and he said facts. Lib-edus were factually a scam where kids got indoctrinated and more anti-American instead of properly educated. Education piece I did is linked. The brain processing power statements are taken completely out of context and were not rooted in racism whatsoever, and it wasn't even about black people. Stop peddling blatant lies. Charlie never said that they don't have brain processing power. That's a smear pulled straight from thin air. Charlie said merit matters, not skin color. DEI didn't open borders. It slammed them on Asians and whites who scored higher but got told no. Ketanji Brown Jackson, she qualified. Harvard, Yale, clerked Breyer. The point isn't her, it's that if race is a thumb on the scale, then you're saying everyone else needs a handicap to lose. Charlie did not hate black women, he hated fake equality. Lefties twisted it because they couldn't handle real talk. He was referencing people who were not just black, just incompetent leftists and DEI nonsense. His attack and then threats to his wife and kids, attack on campus grounds regarding him, and then Irina all on the week or day before 9/11 were blatant acts of war. Y'all then, by the tens of thousands en masse, like 50,000 plus of you, celebrated his death. We proved that over 50,000 of you called for things like Rogan next. Charlie believed that we should already be facing some kind of war on the left for what they've done to us. That proof is linked, and I agree. force war on us, and even Jesus would defend his flock. All of the leftists, like Candace Owens, claiming that he staged his assassination or that his wife had him knocked off, are evil, sick, and pathetic, openly anti-American pieces of human garbage. And the myths have factually zero basis in reality, even 1% whatsoever. Charlie Kirk was factually not a white supremacist, even slightly, and all such angles are fully debunked. He was a staple for our gun rights, freedoms of speech, constitution, and more. He believed in talking things through even when the sides seemed more split than ever, no matter how vile he was treated. Dems are the party of violence and mass threats, assassination attempts, fascism, and more. Fascism pieces linked and violence pieces coming soon. I ask for mere civil debate online, and what I get are memes with Charlie and his neck blown out. Y'all force war 24/7, that piece is linked. His shooter was factually a leftist nut, that's undebatable. All of these shooters have been leftists, all of the attempts, all of the attacks, riots, cities destroyed, etc. We know it's you for a fact, it's common sense. All y'all are en masse is violent, calling for more constantly 24/7. Shooters were leftist pieces when I am doing soon. The shooters were factually leftists, and facts do not care about feelings. Kirk was a staple, real American who merely had discussions, and the fact that he got killed for it is a travesty. I have wept for my country. This is not the America that I want to raise kids in, where Americans are killed merely for speaking their mind. Killed in front of thousands and his kids for having civil debate while lefties celebrate in the tens of thousands calling for more. You people only deserve the very war that y'all force 24/7 on us. Charlie Kirk backs such sentiment. He talked about the Great Replacement Theory, which is proven fact, not opinion nor racist. That article will be linked. Charlie Kirk's claim that the Great Replacement Theory is a factual reality aligns with my view somewhat in that demographic shifts are happening and leading to a mixed race future where white, black, and Asian identities may fade, and it's not wrong for people to want to preserve their race, heritage, or bloodline. My Great Replacement piece fully debunks the myth, and it is fact. The so-called OnlyFans receipts floating around Instagram and X were total fabrication, debunked within hours. Snopes confirmed no verifiable evidence of Kirk, full name Charles J. Kirk, subscribing to any trans influencer's account. The screenshots show a blue check slapped on by Facebook itself, not OnlyFans, and the profile pics are stock AI-generated fakes with mismatched timestamps per Snopes on November 28, 2025. He factually did not use cocaine nor illicit drugs, and there is zero proof whatsoever that he did, and all are merely rumors spawned from his tick-like behavior in debates. It was just Charlie being Charlie. There's zero proof that he faked his death or paid anyone off or is still alive. Just baseless rumors like usual. Many leads are still being investigated as feds believe there may have been more people connected to the attack, and we saw online many people warning that something would happen before it even happened. You libs prove it's you. Daily death threats against our biggest and most cherished, repeated assassination attempts against Trump and people like Tim Pool, as well as repeated shots, many attempts just at Trump, all leftists. Dems and libs are the side of violence in defending terrorism. Nightly clashes against ICE. Threats up 8,000% against them. Laugh my ass off like a rep would shoot Charlie. You people are f***ing ridiculous. We are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, the text message, confession, and related conversations, Discord chats, the angle of the shot and bullet impact, and how the weapon was transported, and gestures observed as potential signals near Charlie at the time, and visitors to the alleged shooter residence in the hours and days leading up to September 10th, 2025. Candace Owens is a pure evil shill who sold her soul, and nothing she said about Charlie has any merit. She's constantly coming out with conspiracies such as his wife had him killed. As Charlie said, if someone kills him, they lost and he already won. Lefty trolls desecrated Kirk's memorial and art. Shooter factually had leftist red flags. Internet history, his family called him out as having openly extremist leftist views and hating on right-wing influencers such as Charlie. He had openly leftist messages written on his bullets. I suggest you check out Tom McDonald's Charlie song. It is a beautiful piece in his honor. Charlie Kirk memorial license plates were recently rejected by Arizona governor, citing it does not bring people together. What utter evil nonsense. All Charlie did was bring people together. I really want to follow in his political footsteps. I want to be like him, somewhat civil, maybe not exactly like him, but how Charlie kept his cool so well in the face of such openly anti-American, evil, fascist, weaponizing war forcers is something I don't know how he did. Sometimes I lose my cool. I try not to. I try to be a good Christian, and I try to be civil no matter how vile someone is to me in these debates. It's hard. Y'all force war and destroy us and my country and people and cuss us out. Even Jesus would defend his flock. Trump is the Christian president. We are the side of Christianity. Christina Grimmie, God, civility, reason, and the majority of real American patriots, like Charlie Kirk, and we are defending and bringing Christianity back to the forefront.